Hey friends, it's Naturalist Cat here. So today's activity is inspired by my work's Facebook page, and they had a post about making nature fairies. So I thought, why don't we go do that today? Why don't we go look for some natural materials and see what we can make and find? Okay, let's go. Okay friends, so I thought we'd start here in my garden. This is under all these leaves is a spiral where I have a lot of fun herbs and just plants I really like. So I see some fluffiness. Let's see. Let's look over here. Ooh, look at these. Excuse me while I trip. And let's check this out. So we're looking for things to be able to, let's see if this would hold up. So right here, and I think this was oregano. Let's smell it. Oh, yep, that was oregano. So I think after touching it, let me get this in focus. After touching it, I think that's gonna hold up. It's not falling apart a ton. So let's cut some of that. Oh, I should have probably started with what supplies we'll need. So I just have my garden scissors here, and then I have a bucket that we're gonna put this stuff in. So let's start with some oregano, and we'll just cut that off. Oh, yep, we were able to do it. We'll cut a few pieces. Let's see, that looks like a good piece. All right, let's move on. Okay, so next up in my garden is this eucalyptus that has been really pretty this winter to have that fun color and texture. And I think we could do a lot with these petals. So let's go ahead and cut that. Excuse me while I cut it. Okay, then we're gonna put it in our bucket. And this is a bucket that was my grandmother's, and I just love having it in the garden and using it. It reminds me of her. And now let's cut another one. And I'll pick it up and I'll put it in the bucket. All right, I have a feeling those petals or those leaves will make for some really good material. All right, moving on. Okay, I just spied one of my favorite plants because it reminds me of one of my favorite places on earth. This is seaside goldenrod right here. Let's see, right there. So we are going to cut some of that because I think the fluffs would be really good for our fairies. Alrighty, let's pick that up and put it in our bucket. Okay, now in my campfire area of my garden, I see this plant right here, and I know I don't want it here. I have to say I'm not 100% sure I know what it is, but so I'm just gonna pick it because I know I don't want it here. And then that, look at those leaves. I think they'll make really nice skirt pieces for our fairies. Alrighty, in our bucket. Next up, we have some sage. I love this in my garden. It leaves winter color, and the leaves are super fuzzy and smell good. So I think since this is an herb, and it's made for picking anyway, we'll go ahead and pick some of these leaves to add texture to our fairies. In the bucket it goes. Alrighty friends, so here we have some dead, see, so crispy leaves of some ferns. So I thought these would make really good fairy hair or something. Definitely have ideas there. So in our bucket it goes. Well, I also spotted, while I was out here, I spotted some bark that seems like it might be useful. So in the bucket, and maybe some sticks too. A couple sticks here from under my front tree. Excuse the car. No respect for videotaping about fairies. All right, let's see what else we can find. All right, friends, I thought we'd take a walk through my front field and look for some more materials. Here's the field. And there's lots of life that happens, even though it looks quiet here right now. But I spotted something I'm hoping here is, oh, it's very crumbly, but maybe we can make an umbrella or something out of it for a fairy, because fairies like to be protected from the rain too. So let's grab one of those and see what we can do with it. So friends, I walked out here to the corner of my field and I spotted this plant. This is milkweed, And these are the pods that are left behind after the seeds fly away. And I thought these look like they might make really good hats or skirts or maybe fun pants for our fairies. So let's crisp off some of those. In our bucket it goes. Alrighty friends, so this is a patch of goldenrod in my front field, and I saw, hang on, we have to make really crispy noises because things are not, these are old stalks from last year, but check this out. There's a gall, and it looks like whatever was in it has come out, and so maybe we could use this for our fairies. In the bucket. So friends, I've come back to my garden and it's still a mess. Apparently it didn't clean itself up while I was gone. But I thought, why don't I look and see what's in my herb bed? So here I have some yarrow, and I thought that might be nice. First of all, it's crazy. It's gone crazy. It's a little bit out of control. So I can also keep it in check by picking some of these outside pieces and using those for crafting, and then we'll get some of that, and then also some parsley made it through winter, and I just thought that would make for really pretty and smell good things in our fairy outfits. And then over here I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna pick up some chives. Excuse me, the big farm equipment's been rolling by. So I'm gonna cut some chives and then maybe we'll head upstairs to make our fairies. Hi friends, we are now up in my craft room. I brought my materials inside because I just have most of my craft things up here. So I thought it'd be easier to do it up here, but certainly you could do this outside and that would be really fun to do. So let's get to crafting. Okay friends, so this will be my first time trying something here in my studio, and this is just where I like to do crafting and things. So the first thing that we need to do is get our supplies together. So I got some cardstock, a little bit heavier paper, but you could totally do this with any paper. I have a pencil to draw my fairy, an eraser, just because you never know, and a marker just to outline it so I have a nice solid outline. And then I have some of those things that we found outside. So I've tried to cover up my desk a little bit because it's messy, but it's just gonna get messy, and that's just what's gonna happen. So oh, and then I also have my trusty scissors that I brought from outside, still dirty because that's what garden scissors should be. So let me shake this dust off and let's draw a fairy. I also brought some fairy houses over here that I have made that I thought would be really good inspiration. So let's get to drawing a fairy. So we just want a rough body outline. I am no drawer, but that seems like a good head and some arms, just real generic, and a body and some legs. Again, I am not a drawer, but this gives us a general outline of fairiness. So that we can get started. So, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use a marker, but I am going to pull up some leaves and maybe start to think, these leaves are dirty, so I'm going to do this off camera real quick. Just pluck some leaves and try to make sure my dog doesn't eat them. But I'm thinking, when I picked these, I really was thinking about perhaps a skirt, because I just thought they'd be really good. Skirt. Oh yeah, look at those skirt petals. Oh, look at that. Look at those skirt petals. Let me pick some bigger ones too. This will just give me a kind of a rough outline before I attach everything. I think I might use hot glue, but if you don't want to use hot glue, I think you could totally use glue dots or regular glue. It won't go quite as quickly. Oh, look at that beautiful skirt. And now I was thinking, let's see, ooh, back to those. So we have this. This is the the fern that we found. Put that over here. And then I remembered that we found these eucalyptus leaves in my garden. So let's pluck some of those off. I'm thinking that might make a nice shirt. That's a lot of material to use as a shirt. Maybe we should. There we go. And I was thinking maybe, just maybe, we could, ooh, I can smell the eucalyptus. That's fun. Kind of pungent in here, but I was wondering if some of this fern might look good as fairy hair, kind of coming out like that. Oh my goodness, that makes me really happy. Yep, I can see it. I can totally see it. Okay, so let's pause here and I'll come back and do some marker drawing and we'll start to glue it down. Okay friends, we're back and I drew the fairy while we were out for that split second that you don't even know about. I'm not a professional YouTuber. And I had some inspiration while I was looking around my craft room, and I decided that instead of hot glue, which, you know, can burn you, I would try some double-sided tape that we have. I don't use it very often, and I was thinking that this might be a great opportunity to do that. So first I'm going to get the fuzzy bits off. I work a lot in yarn, so there's a lot of fuzzies around here. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is put down the skirt. I think the first thing I might do, oh, I forgot. Clearly, I'm not a professional crafting YouTuber. So I have, I brought some fun things. I have a star hole cutter. I have painting shears. I have this and tiny scissors and a hole. And I thought I might be able to do some fun things like that. So I also brought some tiny scissors I had because, well, felt like I should. So I think I'm going to start with this nice big leaf. I'm going to take the stem off, decide which side I like. Oh, I think I like this side. I'm going to put the double-sided tape on the leaf. Hopefully it sticks. And then I'm going to start that in the center of the fairy shirt. And so I think then what I was gonna do maybe is go like this. Yeah. So we'll get some tape, tape that on. There we go. Oh, that shirt is coming nicely together. Oh, take the stem off and get the tape. The tricky part there seems to be getting the tape to stick to the plant, but once I kind of press down hard, it does seem to do that. And then, oh yeah, look at that. That's turning out to be a very lovely shirt. So I'm thinking, I haven't done a lot of fairy seamstressing, making clothes, but thinking that I will make the shirt first. Maybe I can double up on the tape there and then put this one, take the stem off and put this down there. Oh, look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. And then what I'm thinking is we will come in and do, maybe I'll just put a line of double-sided tape down. It's tricky, this double-sided tape, you know, because it's double-sided, so it wants to stick to everything. It makes me feel a little silly. Oh, and so here we come in. Maybe I'll put another line just to give two places for it to stick. And we'll put down, now these leaves are very, they're pretty new, so they're kind of a little wet, so they are going to squish a little bit. I'll be interested to see what happens when this stuff dries a little bit more. So there's our, oh, look at the skirt coming together. I like the two of them together. I think I need a little more tape over here. Oh, wait a minute, that leaf went down, upside down. Silly me. Let's put some tape under there so we have somewhere for our skirt to go. And make sure we put the leaf right side up. Oh, don't wanna leave that without skirt. And then I'm gonna do a little bit right here. Ta-da! We have a shirt and a skirt. Now, let's see what we can do about the hair. So I'm gonna just take some tape. You could cut the tape too. That looks a little thick up there. And just kind of cut the tape or rip the tape and cut it into littler pieces, whatever shape you need. I'm not gonna be perfect because I don't need to be. And I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just going to tape down. That's the fun of this. Look at her crazy hair. That you don't have to be perfect. Fairies aren't perfect and they know it. I'm gonna squish her hair down. Here we go. Oh, look at her beautiful hair. Beautiful hair, beautiful hair. Now, I also thought, let's see, no, I think she needs a little more hair. Can one ever, yeah, have too much hair? I guess you could. Too much hair. All right, so we got it to stick, and I'll just kind of crunch up leaves so you can't see the tape. I'll just kind of dust that out there. She's got some wild hair, and then I also had, if you remember, that parsley. So I thought that this might be a really good, oh, I forgot, I covered up too much tape. But I thought the parsley might make a good hair accent. So I'll squish that down. I don't know if it'll stick, but, oh, and then look, she's fancy. That is wonderful. And then I also thought that she needed a belt. So let's put some tape down here. I am liking using the double-sided tape. It's pretty forgiving, a little bit sticky. And then I thought I'd come in here and use those chives for a belt to keep her skirt up. So there we go. Let's see, and then we'll cut it. The chive, oh, that chive came apart. That's okay. And then we'll cut it right there. And we'll squish it down. Ta-da! Oh, she's looking so fancy. Now, I also thought that this is a, let's dust off some of the extra. Okay. Now, I was also thinking that she probably is a fairy that likes to go out at night and maybe likes to go out in the rain. So I brought that Queen Anne's lace that we found as an umbrella. Maybe it's a shade umbrella. Maybe she's finding it too sunny. No, that's not the case. I remember now why it's not. Let's see. How can we hide that tape? Oh, no. So some plants aren't going to work as well as other plants, but maybe, maybe the umbrella has a fancy handle. There we go. Yep, fancy handled umbrella. And then I thought, she's out on a rainy night. She needs some stars. So I'm going to check and empty out the paper stars. And then we're going to try and make some stars out of these leaves. But we'll see how it goes. Because this is a very fresh leaf. So it's a little wet. Okay. That's not working. I have a different idea. When one leaf doesn't work, let's use a different leaf. So we have these eucalyptus leaves, and they are a little bit older, and they, oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. They're a little bit crispier, a little bit more solid, so they're doing a better job of being hole punched. There, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And then look what we made. How cool is that? I think I could just go around hole punching leaves and stuff like that. So let's Let me get these stars in the sky, do a bunch of them, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right. Hello friends, there she is. I finished her. I added stars from my eucalyptus. Here they are. And yes, I'm wearing a different shirt. I didn't finish last night, so this is early the next day, and I did some stars from my eucalyptus, and I added those to the night sky. So there she is. I think she needs a name. I was thinking of calling her Yuki for eucalyptus, because that's such a important part of her outfit. I had a lot of fun making her, and I hope you did too, and I'll see you next time.